Hello, my fellow stellar gamers! It's your gal, GamerGal 792, and welcome back for another video. Today we're back to playing some more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Oh my gosh, I have not recorded Ace Attorney in so long. Basically, I kind of forgot what happened since it's been so long since I've recorded an episode, but yeah, so we kind of got, so if I remember correctly, last time we started the next trial and we had Mike Meekins take the stand, who is arrested for the murder of a detective at the police department, simultaneous to the one that happened at the prosecutor's office, our case. So we're focusing right now on the murder at the police department. And we got the security footage. If I play it, just to review. This is just a quick review for those who didn't turn in last time. I can't fast forward, so yeah. We have a person walking up who we're saying is Bruce Goodman because of his outfit. But if we look here, you can see the light was already lit before this guy walked up. Meaning it could have been anyone. And then we had Meekins over here kind of, you know, doing his job, but like seeing what the hell this is about. And then he attacks him, and then those two fight. And then yeah, it's over. So yeah, so I'll piece some things together as we go along, but let's just begin. So now I think we're at a recess right now with Lana. Hello, Lana. There's no stopping you, is there, Mr. Wright? Nope, not at all, ma'am. Huh? Well, what do you mean? You called for Jake Marshall. Oh, did we? Oh, right, because he's the security guard for the police department. Sometimes I question these witnesses. Seems you figured everything out. No, listen, Lana. I'm just trying to figure out what the actual fuck happened. Like, huh? I haven't figured anything out. Yeah, no. We're just trying to piece everything together so that way we can get back to our murder scene. Lana, you're the one who knows everything. Emma, you always know everything. Why don't you just tell us? Mr. Wright is trying his hardest to protect you. Listen, your sister kind of has a point, Lana. I am trying to help you, but I can't help you if you can't tell me crap. I don't recall ever asking for his protection. Well, no one was going to do it, so I figured, why not me? How can you be so cold? Don't you trust us? Don't you trust me? Well, no. Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Gumshoe, hi! What's up, man? It's been a while. But, yeah, you kind of are interrupting something. Oh, yes I am. I'll come back later. Gumshoe, come here! Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? You're fine. Come back. You've got a lot of nerve, pal, making a detective run all around while on duty. And to top it all off, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. Okay. Sorry, detective. Better be, pal. Hey. I did see that, Chief Prosecutor Sky. All this music's back. Ba-da-da-da. That's okay. So, have you brought what I asked? Oh. You mean this, right? Holy sh... What is that? My apologies, Detective. Due to my present circumstances, I was forced to use Mr. Wright's name when making my request. Look, Lana! My name? Never in a million years would I have thought it was you who asked me. Could I bother you to bring me the SL9 incident files? I'll need them by noon. Talk about crazy. The SL9 incident? Oh boy. But Lana, that's... I thought Mr. Wright might need them, so I haven't brought it here. Oh, thank you, Lana! I probably do, thank you. Here, you might do well to read them. I can't believe you're the chief prosecutor. We're a witness in that case. Miss Sky was a witness? SL9 incident files received from Lana Sky. Files for the Joe Dart killing solved 2 years ago. Oh. Take it from me. You don't want anything to do with serial murderers. What's up, Phoenix? Oh, what? Now that I brought you your stuff, you're just gonna ignore me? I'm reading! Emma? But wait, hold up. What does it say? Incident number SL9 closed. Perpetrator Joe Dark. Crime, serial murder. Sentence death. Oh. Victims: Edward Jones, Edith Kirby, Jeb Bates, Jason Knight, Rachel Moss, Neil Marshall. Head prosecutor Miles Edgeworth. Witnesses Lana Sky, Emma Sky. Investigation Task Force. Executive investigators Damon Gant, Lana Sky. Head investigator Bruce Goodman. Investigators Jake Marshall, Angel Star. So Emma and Lana were witnesses to a murder, or one of these 6. Oh boy. Why is your name in here? What? My name is in there? I don't know. Unless... Oh, did she not tell us about this? Emma! Emma, what are you hiding? No, it couldn't be. Lana, this SL9 incident, is that? That's the classification number the police filed it under. Bro. 2 years ago, the rest of the world knew it as the Joe Dark killings. Oh no. Joe Dark. No, Lana! It's over with! No! Emma, wait! She ran away. Oh, damn it! You know what? I just remembered. I gotta be somewhere. Sorry, pal, but I'm out of here. Come, Joe! Jake Marshall, Angel Star, Damon Gant, Miles Edgeworth. Not to mention Lana and Emma. Everyone involved in this case is connected to those killings 2 years ago. This can't be just a coincidence. Knowing you just might be able to figure it out. Time to get back to the trial, Mr. Wright. Best of luck. I'd better take a good look at this file. I just did, but we might have to revisit it. Oh, I guess I could have continued on, but... Oh, well, it is fine. We'll just save really quickly, and then we'll just continue on. Alright. Set on, shall we? Oh, whoops. Nope. Alright. February 24th, 12:14 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 9. Ah, crap, Emma's not here. This is like, trial, Turnabout Sisters, where it was just us. Oh, hi, Judge, what's up? The court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. Emma didn't come back. Allow me to call the next witnesses, then. Hi, babe. What's up? The officer in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day of the crime. Here he is. Hi, Marshall. Witness, state your name and occupation. And stop drinking. Me, partner? Oh, I'm just a man, same as you, wandering the trails of civilization. Occasionally helping the elderly cross intersections when needed. Yes, we get it. Oh, I know. You're a patrolman. As for my name, if you listen hard enough, you can hear the howling wind calling it out. To be exact, it's Jake Marshall, Your Honor. Edward is not playing, neither are we. Howling wind? I've never heard Edward described that way before. Now, Mr. Marshall, let me ask you something. Sorry, I've changed Edward's voice so many times. coming from me as a female YouTuber, it's really hard for me to get male voices down unless it's like very deep, like Von Karma or Damon Gans or the Judge. Like, it's a lot hard for me to do his voice, even though his voice is a little deep. But like, yeah, it's not easy, but you'll get used to it. You were in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day the crime took place. Is this correct? According to the papers, partner. What do you mean? A desperado's soul is as boundless as the desert sands. No paper can sum it up. Maybe it's best we get on with this quickly, please. Just spare us. Please share with us your testimony the day of the crime. In plain old English. Alright. Day of the crime. Let's hear it. My job was to keep a wary eye on that bone orchard. They said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. Besides, the room's protected by 2 security systems anyway. If I remember right, I was at a street-side saloon at the time it went down. I'm just an innocent traveling man, so if you're out of ammo, it's time I hit the trail. I'll be out of ammo when I cross-examine you, sir. I can't say I particularly care for your attitude. I can't say I care for your beer, but you don't see me complaining. Wait a minute. What do you mean by 2 security systems? I mean the security cameras and the ID card reader. I reckon even a cowpoke like you knows about those. Yes, well, what about the fingerprint-activated locks on the evidence lockers? Fingerprint-activated locks? What kind of newfangled doohickeys are those? Okay. Oh, okay. Now, okay. That part's coming back to me. So, we investigated, the evidence room, and we found Gumshoe in there with us, with me and Emma. He told us that the lockers, if I pull them up on the court record, that there's like a sensor, if you see this little thing. Oh, gosh. If you see this thing right here, that's where your thumb goes. And it's to the right hand. And when it's put up, there's a light that'll light. And basically, that way that only the detective assigned can unlock that locker. So, and Gumshoe knows about it, but he said there was only a select few that knew, so I guess Marshall's one of those people that is one of many that don't know about those systems. He's not being very helpful. No witness really is. He's not that good with machines, or with following orders. Everyone's got their weaknesses now, don't they, Mr. Prosecutor? This one seems like trouble. Okay, Mr. Wright, he's all yours. I don't want him, but fine. Fine. Alright. My job was to keep a wary eye on that bone orchard, so that means his job is to defend, or not defend. Watch the security guard. The security. Cool. They said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. Besides, the room's protected with 2 security systems anyway, right? If I remember right, I was at a street-side saloon at the time it went down. Alright, do we have something? Let me look. Give me one of our newer evidence. We have the locker, we have the jar. That's right! His fingerprints, that's what we found right before the investigation ended. Before day 2 ended. We found a bloody handprint that was left in the evidence room. While the prints were wide, we still picked up a smudge. There was like a smudge, like, in this, like, area-ish somewhere that picked up Marshall's prints. So, you were not at a street side saloon. You were inside the fucking evidence room. Officer Marshall, doesn't it strike you as odd? That is, you being called in to testify like this? After all, you weren't in the security room at the time of the crime. And yet, you dragged me down here. Explain yourself, partner. I'll do more than explain. I'll show you what I'm talking about. It's quite simple. That's a straw. You left a very large trail behind at the scene. Or, to be exact, a handprint. Listen real good, partner. Like I said, I'm the caretaker of that crypt. I pay my respects, that is, make my rounds about once a month. It's only natural my fingerprints would be in there. Not with a bloody handprint, sir. No, no, no. No, no, get him, Phoenix. Get him. I only wish it were, officer. But you see, your fingerprints were covered in blood. Yeah, no. No, sir. Witness, what's the meaning of this? Your bloodstained fingerprints were at the crime scene? The blood was wiped away, however, a luminal test clearly revealed this. Well, Officer Marshall? It seems to me there ain't a person in this room with a head on his shoulders. What? I take it you have an explanation then, Officer Marshall. Oh, let me try to get my Edgewood's voice back, hang on. You haven't heard me say this in a while. My, could that be Phoenix right? You're welcome. I take it you have an explanation then, Officer Marshall? About the blood-stained fingerprints? Very well, you may begin your testimony by your fingerprints. Found at the scene of the crime. Dear God. Blood-stained fingerprints. Like I said, it's only natural for my fingerprints to be in that evidence room. One of them just happened to be at the same place as that blood-stained handprint. The murderer touched the locker where my fingerprint was by chance. The blood stain and the fingerprint are completely unrelated. Or didn't you know the murderer was wearing gloves? See? I had nothing to do with it. We never talked about gloves? Oh well. The witness's explanation appears valid. Although there's room for doubt. Exactly. There's always room to doubt in these witness testimonies. Life wouldn't be fun without any doubt, partner. The defense may now cross-examine the witness. This guy's hiding something. I can feel it. Now's my chance to prove it. Alright. Let's see. Cross-examination. Alright. Like I said, it's only natural for my fingerprints to be in that evidence room. Sorry. Alright, tell me more. That's because you, how do you put it, pay your respects once a month? Yeah, that's right. That and one more thing. That locker happens to be mine. Oh, what a freaking coinky dink. What? What do you mean? I mean what I said. That's the locker I used when I was a detective. The locker I still use. So, this thing with the claw sticking out is Marshall's locker. Alright. All that's in there now is a heap of broken dreams. I see. It'd be strange if my prints weren't all over that locker. Apparently his fingerprint data was never removed from that locker's programming. That doesn't make sense. He must have been using the fingerprint log all this time without ever knowing it. But wait a minute. Let me go back to the locker. Only the assigned detective's prints can unlock it. Indicator lamp lights up when it's open. But here's the thing. So, Marshall used to be a detective. Now he's not. Because he got demoted like it's Angel Starr and Bruce Goodman. But Goodman was still a detective. Marshall's no longer a detective. Meaning he shouldn't have access to his locker anymore, but... Let me check this again. Sorry, you're gonna be watching me look at this a little bit. So that light is on, meaning that there was something jamming it. Meaning you didn't need a handprint. Okay, we see the person walking up. So this is his locker. Alright, I'll look more later. Marshall's fingerprints updated in the court record. Found on a bloody handprint on Marshall's own locker. The print has been wiped. Alright. One of them just happened to be at the same place as that bloodstained handprint. The murderer touched the locker where my fingerprint was by chance. The bloodstain and the fingerprint are completely unrelated. Or didn't you know the murderer was wearing gloves? How the fuck would you know, sir? Sir, how would you know that? How do you know that? I may be a loner, but I still do my job. I keep up on the reports. There was a blood stain at the scene, thought to be left by the murderer. That's right. It was found on Detective Gumshoe's locker. However, no fingerprints were detected on that handprint. Yeah, that's because they were wearing a bulky-ass hell glove. Oh yeah, I think we tried that too. So that would mean the murderer wearing gloves happened to place their hand on top of Officer Marshall's fingerprint. That's the only logical conclusion. Are you starting to get the picture, partner? The picture? This seal of blood in the desert is just food for the buzzards. There's only one reality, and that's this. The security footage. The security tape. So long as my trail isn't in there, you can't say otherwise. This isn't getting us anywhere, Miss Wright. I realize that. Please consider carefully where you're going with this cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Now then, continue your testimony, Officer Marshall. Alright? Too bad it wasn't me in that video, right, partner? What do you mean by that? You want to tie me in this crime, isn't that right, partner? If so, that video is the only direct evidence you have. Okay. Phoenix, where are we going with this? That video is next to useless. It's full of blind spots. Blind spots? Places you can't see. Right. The camera is panning back and forth. The floor isn't shown. That's right. If someone was familiar with the camera's position, they could leave the room without being caught on tape. Edgeworth, are you serious? We don't have time for your speculations, Mr. Wright. Well, Mr. Wright, if you could show us evidence in this video that indicates Officer Marshall was present, please do so now. I do remember seeing something, so sure. Alright. Let's play, shall we? Very well. Allow me to point out your mistake, Officer Marshall. Tread carefully, Mr. Wright, or we might wind up being the one making the mistake. Yeah, shush, babe. Now then, let's have another look at the video. Show us this incriminating evidence of the witness, Officer Jake Marshall. Oh, jeez, okay. Alright, I'm just gonna fast forward a little bit. Alright, so I'm gonna pause it right here. Alright, so we're seeing nothing. Okay, so no light, nothing. So if we're saying something is happening with Marshall, it's probably his locker. Alright, so we're gonna continue. That's where the glove falls out. We're gonna fast forward again. Let's pause again. Okay, nothing again. So we're gonna keep playing. And keep fast forwarding. That's where the fight happened. We're gonna fast forward again. We're gonna look again. Nothing. Okay, there's still nothing. Fast forward again. Fight's over. Locker's open. Meekins is down. Okay. Let's see. Aha! There it is! It's right there. There's a cloth where it should not be. Oh! Oops. I meant to press E! Oops. Bringing our attention back to the security camera is a mistake I'm afraid you'll soon not forget, Officer Marshall. The days are short in Texas, and so are our tempers. Could you sum up what you have to say in 8 words or less? Alright. Very well. You can clearly be seen in this video. Exactly 8 words. Not bad, partner. The key lies in a certain locker shown in the video. It's his locker. See? It's his locker. That locker with the white cloth sticking out. That was the witnesses, I believe. Now then, let's rewind the video a bit. Alright. Going back in time. Yeah, that's when Meekins was still down. Yeah, as you see, the floor's not even shown at all. And look, abracadabra, no cloth. Oh, the white cloth. It's gone. What's the meaning of this, Officer Marshall? When the crime took place, the white cloth wasn't there. Then, it suddenly appeared. There's only one explanation. Officer Marshall, you were in the evidence room at the time of the crime. What's more, you opened your locker when the camera was turned away. Sheesh. Order, order. It was deemed that... Hold your horses. Sorry, partner. We got the wrong man. Stop! I'm trying to read here, sir. I would appreciate you not jumping in. So what if my locker was open? That doesn't mean I'm the one who opened it. Ashworth. You know, don't you, babe? The murderer needed to hide something, so he opened the locker and stuck it in. It's not my fault he happened to choose mine. I think everyone remembers what we just pointed out. We just pointed this out before with the testimony. Only the assigned detective's prints can unlock it. Marshall, you're the only one who can open it, damn it. Unless it's like Goodman, you just stuck something in. Why is everyone staring at me like I'm a wanted man? Because you are. This guy isn't just playing dumb. He really doesn't know. I hate to rain on your parade, but you're the only person who can open that particular locker. Oh yeah? I call your bluff. You say I opened that locker? Now prove it. Alright. Here's your proof. Take that! Fingerprint sensor? Uh-huh. We talked about this earlier today. The lockers can only be opened by the detectives they belong to. What kind of crazy talk is this? Well, Detective Gumshoe did mention something about this. He did. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people on the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks. So, Sheriff, what do you have to say in 8 words or less? Oh, what are you chewing on there, man? What you snacking on? I only got 1 word for you, partner. No! Oh, damn. Okay. Order, order, order! Witness, explain yourself. If this is a joke, it's the worst I've ever heard. I assure you this is no joke, Officer Marshall. Now then, please tell us what you were doing in the evidence room at the time of the crime. Ole, please answer the question. Did he just say Ole? What is he now, a bullfighter? That's alright, Officer Marshall. I believe we can figure the rest out from here. We can? Have a look at these floor plans. There is no place for someone to hide in the evidence room. Yet Officer Meekins didn't see Officer Marshall. Uh-huh. If that's so, then, where was the witness? It seems Mr. Wright has the answer. That's right. The only possible conclusion. Well then, let's hear it. Where was Officer Marshall at the time of the crime? Okay. So, let's back this up a second. So, we're saying Meekins was supposedly here, marked as K. And we're saying this was Goodman, by little evidence that we know so far. If we're saying Marshall was in here because of his locker, and we saw Meekins standing here when we attacked, then... And there's like nowhere to hide except for the floor, but that'd be stupid. It's the only place he could be. Officer Marshall was standing right here. There, but that's where the victim, Detective Goodman, was. Correct, unless that man wasn't Detective Goodman. I believe the victim in this video is Officer Marshall. It was you, dressed up like Detective Goodman. What, babe? What? That's preposterous. Officer Meekins witnessed a detective at the crime scene. Once he saw the man's face, he knows for sure. No. Sorry, babe. May I point out, though, that Officer Meekins did not know Detective Goodman. He also testified about the man's reaction when confronted. When I entered the evidence room, I asked him to show his cards, sir. Yes, and how does Detective Goodman respond? He suddenly pulled a knife on me! Something about that officer's story puzzled me. If the man had his ID card, why didn't he just show it? Yes, he would have needed it to enter the evidence room, so he must have been carrying it. The answer is simple. He couldn't show it. Don't you know, babe? As you can see, Detective Goodman's picture's on his ID card. Oh, I get it. If he showed that, his cover would have been blown. Officer Meekins would have realized the man wasn't Detective Goodman. Do you have anything to say to this, Officer Marshall? Got quite an imagination, partner. You got a term for that, called circumstantial evidence. Circumstantial evidence? He's still denying it. How much longer could this guy... Ugh! Gosh! You're gonna have to do better than that to break a detective. Unless you have hard evidence proving I dressed up as the victim. I can't say I particularly care for your uncooperative disposition. I can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complaining. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have any evidence proving beyond a shadow of a doubt that Officer Marshall dressed up as the victim? Well... Oh, my key! I don't have anything like that! I can see the fear in your eyes, partner. Seems you're the one who couldn't take the desert heat. This can't be happening! It's so obvious he's the one. What can I do? You got anything, babe? Oh god, yes. His smirk is back. He's wagging his finger. It looks like your lack of experience has finally been exposed. Oh, damn it, Edgeworth! You bitch. I'll pass on to you what someone told me when I was just starting out. When you run into a wall with no place to go, return to the basics. Oh, so you are kind of helping me. Well, that's sweet of you, babe. The basics? Alright. Let's see if we can take Edgeworth's advice to heart. For me, that would be what Mia used to tell me. Phoenix, try thinking outside the box. Oh, babe, I miss you so much. I miss you, Mia. I want you to come back. I miss you. Alright. I shouldn't look for proof that Officer Marshall was in disguise. But rather, I should look for evidence that came about because he was in disguise. Alright. Why do you think this locker was opened in the first place? What do you mean? There's no reason for Officer Marshall to open his locker at the time of the crime. Yet he did, despite the chance it might be discovered later as it has been. Which would mean he didn't originally plan to open his locker. According to the defense document, Officer Jake Marshall dressed up as Detective Goodman at the time of the crime. Then after the crime was committed, he opened his own locker for some unknown reason. The fact that a white cloth is sticking out of the locker seems to indicate that he opened it in order to put the cloth inside. So, what exactly is this piece of cloth? Perhaps the video is the key to all of our unanswered questions. I don't have any evidence, so this video is my only shot. Alright, let's take another look. Very well, let's take yet another look at the security tape. After committing the crime, the witness opened the locker to put away the white cloth. Please show us why the witness had to open his locker. Alright. Okay, there's nothing going on so far, so... up comes good, but quote-unquote Goodman. Alright, the nice whites. Yep. Alright, Meekins is coming up. Alright. What? Sir? Excuse me? Oh my god, that's it. That's the cloth. That's what the freaking cloth is? Oh my god. For some reason, you disguise yourself as Detective Goodman and enter the evidence room, though I don't know what to what end yet. However, something unexpected happened. Officer Meekins barged in on you. When asked to show your ID card, you pulled a knife on him. Sorry, I'm drinking orange juice. However, Officer Meekins panicked, and the white coat you were wearing was soiled with blood. A bloody white coat. You couldn't just walk out like that, so you hid the coat in your locker. Not bad, partner. Oh my freaking god. What is up with this case? Now then, Officer Marshall, are you ready to tell us the truth? Looks like I underestimated y'all. I hope you're happy now, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, if you were only half as persistent then as you are today, we all wouldn't have to be here now, would we? Officer Marshall, tell the court what you did. All of it. Alright. It seems the time has come. Jeez, man. Marshall's confession. I had to do it that day. I couldn't just stand by and let it die. I stole the detective's ID and dressed like him. I planned to take out the evidence. I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins. I knocked him out. I managed to escape. I knew which areas wouldn't be caught on that camera. There wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15. Are you kidding me? Oh my... Jesus. So the supposed victim was really you. But there's one thing I still don't quite understand. Traces of a large quantity of blood were found on the floor of the evidence room. If no one was murdered, then how could that be? Officer Meekins managed to cut his own hand. My guess is he's the donor. It was way too much blood for such a small donation. No kidding. It was like splotched all over. Marshall's confession. Hold on. If I'm going to show you, I'm going to show you guys this quickly before we move on to show you what I mean. So this is our floor plans. We updated it with the luminal testing. So we have blood here. Blood. Yeah, look at this giant pool of blood. There's no way that's just a hand. Whatever. Anyways. I had to do it that day. I couldn't just stand by and let it die. Okay, let what die? When you say it, you mean... Do you even have to ask, partner? The SL9 incident. 2 years have passed since that case was closed. It was going to completely end with the transfer that day. Not if I had anything to do with it. That incident's not over. But what did you hope to accomplish by sneaking into the evidence room? When a case is closed, only that case's lead detective can look through the evidence. Oh. I wanted to have a look at it myself one more time. No matter what the cost. I don't care what anyone says, partner. That case is mine. But Officer Marshall wasn't in charge of that investigation. Why does he care so much about it? That day was my last chance. That's why I stole the detective's ID and dressed like him. I planned to take out the evidence. Okay. Why did you disguise yourself as Detective Goodman? If I didn't make it look like Goodman was carrying out the evidence transfer, I'd be arrested for stealing evidence, which wouldn't get me anywhere. So you did it to fool the security camera. And the detective's ID card? I stole that the morning of the incident. So that really was why Goodman started filling out that lost item report. I returned his ID card. I left it on the floor of the prosecutor's office parking lot. The ID card I found was left there by Officer Marshall. So, essentially, you managed to succeed despite your lack of foresight. What do you mean, partner? I mean the fingerprint activated lock, of course. No matter how well you disguise yourself, you can't change your fingerprints. Under normal circumstances, you wouldn't have been able to open that locker yourself. But you could because a rubber glove just happened to get stuck in the door. That means Detective Goodman must have opened the locker before Officer Marshall. Okay. I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins. I knocked him out. Okay. You pulled a knife on Officer Meekins and tried to drive him out? Let's just say I was a little surprised. I only planned on being in the evidence room for no more than 5 minutes. I didn't think anyone would actually come in during that short time. Officer Meekins certainly is a one-in-a-million type of person. Mistaking a detective for an intruder and demanding to be shown his ID. I'll have to think a little more about his raise this year. When did Edgeworth get so much influence? I don't know. Anyway, he threw himself at me and I ended up cutting him slightly. I'm sorry it had to turn out that way. With me knocking him out and everything. By the way, what happened to your knife? Oh, you mean this one? Wait, that's the knife? I don't know what to say. So you knocked Officer Meekins out and managed to escape. I knew which areas wouldn't be caught on the camera, right? Because he works security. So you did your research beforehand. Those who go in to the desert unprepared don't live long, partner. I didn't think it would make a difference, though. Security tape is erased every 6 hours. If all had gone to plan, no footage would have been left. However, You bloodied your coat in the struggle with Officer Meekins. If someone was in the security room when I came out, the jig would have been up. I opened my locker and stashed it in there. What was Officer Meekins doing during that time? What else? He was sleeping like a baby. So what you're saying is, on that day, there wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15 p.m. What? Really? The blood found at the scene certainly indicates a crime took place. What are you, blind? The victim shown on that tape is me, and I'm not dead yet, partner. So, you stole the evidence from the locker? Actually, no, I didn't. What? Why not? When I opened the locker, the evidence was already gone. Oh. Oh. What? Mr. Edgeworth, where's that evidence? It's still missing, Your Honor. So it was taken out long before Marshall came in there? Oh my gosh. Detective Goodman's locker was already empty. Someone else stole the evidence. Officer Marshall, may I ask you one thing? Fire away, partner. It's a free country. Just remember, I'm also free to decide whether or not to answer. Why did you do this? Stealing a detective's ID, injuring a police officer. This is no small offense. Moreover, you're an officer yourself. This will have serious consequences. I can't just be forgiven with a simple cut in salary. Not that salary cuts are even a valid solution. No, it's not, Edgeworth. Why, Marshall? Like I said, this isn't your case. This one is mine. And I'll do anything it takes to get an answer I'm satisfied with. The witness has an unusual amount of zeal. Let's hear more. I can't just forget the SL9 incident. You know why? Why's that? That case was solved 2 years ago, wasn't it? That's the reason the evidence was stored in the evidence room. Joe Dark was convicted for his crimes. One thing I can say for sure is he deserved his sentence. I remember the Joe Dark case. It involved serial murders, didn't it? I don't intend to complain how it turned out, but there's something that still bothers me. Something went down on that trial. Something no one will talk about. What happened? I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out. Do you know, Edgeworth? Why is he so concerned with that incident? Maybe I should present him with what I think his real reason is. I had a feeling we'd wind up here sooner or later. Everyone involved here is related in some way to that case. I better take another look at the files. Okay. Okay, so you can't let it go. Question is, why can't you let it go? Okay. Perpetrator, Joe Dark, crime, serial murder, sentence to death. Victims: Edward Jones, Edith Kirby, Jeb Bates, Jason Knight, Rachel Musk. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my god. Oh my god. Everyone involved is here. Bruce Goodman, our victim. Lana Skye, our defendant. Marshall and Starr. Jake Marshall and Angel Starr investigating this. Damon Gann investigating it. Miles Edgeworth prosecuting this case. Emma is involved with us. Oh my god. Neil Marshall. That's why you can't let it go, huh? Officer Marshall, I think I understand. I think I know why you care so much about the SL9 incident. Sounds like you've been sipping too much cactus juice, partner. I have the SL9 incident file here. The name Marshall is mentioned in here. Right. In the list of murder victims. Neil Marshall. Are you related to this man? Neil Marshall? Yeah, I'm sure you've heard the name. 2 years ago. Oh my god. He received the same lousy prosecutor award you got. What? A prosecutor? He must be talking about the Kena Prosecutor's Award. Now I remember. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. Oh my god. He handled the SL9 case before I did. That's right. He was killed. and the case fell into your hands. But what's his relation to you? He was my brother. Oh my god. I didn't fully get to see that photo, but I did see Damon Gant and Lana Skye there. So they were there when Neil got that award 2 years ago. Because at that time, if I open the file back up once more, Lana and Damon Gant were the executive investigators on that case. And Lana was also a witness. And then when Neil died, Edward took the case to... Wow. He was investigating the murders with Damon Gant, the then Deputy Chief of Police. Okay, we have this photo back again. The group of detectives I was part of worked under them. So we have Angel Starr, Jake Marshall. This is Bruce Goodman. So down here, this other person must be Neil. We were desperate to prosecute the killer. Whoa. Joe Doc. Holy shit. Bro he looks like a skeletal version of Von Karma. Bro, that's so creepy. Do we have any other profiles? Oh, jeez, we do. Who the... Joe Dark, deceased. Serial killer responsible for the SL9 incident 2 years ago, was given the death penalty. Neil Marshall, deceased. Prosecutor murdered 2 years ago in the SL9 incident. Jake Marshall's brother. Oh my god. My brother fought Doc and was killed. That was the first time Doc left behind any evidence. That was all we needed. Oh my god. He was arraigned and incarcerated. The case was finally closed. At least according to the public records. What do you mean? My brother couldn't have been killed by Joe Doc. I knew my brother better than anyone. No one could have beaten him in a fight. And that's it? That's your reason for your insane actions? There's more to my brother's death than what the records say. No matter how much you try to hide it, you can't fool me. Brother. Well, at least one thing's for certain. Now we know what happened at the police department on the day of the crime. That was the last day the SL9 case could be reopened. Not satisfied with his... Oh, I thought that was Marshall talking. Not satisfied with its resolution, Officer Marshall planned to steal the evidence. Disguising himself as Detective Goodman, he entered the evidence room. Officer Meekins confronted him, so he rendered him unconscious and fled. Yes, this mystery has finally been cleared up. No murder took place at the police department that day. Oh crap, that means our real crime scene is still the prosecutor's office. Parking lot. The things that happened by chance never cease to amaze. At exactly the same time as the murder at the prosecutor's office, this fake murder was going on in the police department. Oh god. Chance? It's gotta be more than just that. There's too many things. So if no one was murdered at the police department on the day of the crime, that means that the murder at the prosecutor's office parking lot was the real one. I mean, at least it got that sort of, but something's still not sitting right. I don't know what. Which in turn means only one person could have committed the crime. Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye. Crap. Wait! A verdict wasn't reached in yesterday's trial! Which is why we examined the incident at the police department today. But there's only one reason the defendant was not convicted yesterday. There yet remained the mystery of the simultaneous murder at the police department. Seems to me, this boy's got the draw on you, partner. All of the mysteries at the police department have been resolved, no doubt about it. Our sole murder took place in the prosecutor's office. The only suspect is Lana Skye. And the testimony of one Miss Angel Starr is completely inconsistent. If you have a response, make it a single word or less. Ugh! God damn it. I rest my case. Shit! Well, this did not go well for us! It seems this trial has reached its conclusion. There's no room for doubt. No! Well done, Mr. Wright. Thanks to you, I didn't need to waste my time. This proving the alleged murder at the police department. Crap. There's no doubt what I proved today is true. The apparent murder at on the security camera's tape really was fake. But I didn't realize that would end up proving Lana guilty. Now then, the time for the verdict has arrived. This court finds the defendant. Oh crap, someone's holding it. Emma! Your Honor, wait! Emma, the defense has an objection. A scientific objection. Right? What do you mean, right? Mr. Wright, are you this girl's guardian? Kind of? Your Honor? Oh, in a sense. Please, Your Honor, all I'm asking for is a minute of your time. Please hear me out. Sir Edgeworth, please. Come on, you're not gonna say no to Emma, are you, Edgeworth? I don't want to leave any loose ends. You want a minute? I'll give you 3. Oh, thank you. Alright, what's up, Emma? I was kind of in shock. I mean, finding out the SL9 incident referred to the Joe Dark killings. Now that she mentions it, the names of both Sky sisters were in that file. That's when I figured it out. I mean, what Officer Marshall was trying to do that day. So I knew his fingerprint had nothing to do with the crime. That left only one thing. The other handprint. Did you go back to look at it, Emma? You mean the traces of blood found on Detective Gumshoe's locker? But no fingerprints were found on it, right? No, but I figured if I examined it scientifically, I'd be sure to find a clue. So, I ran over there and looked at it again. So, did you find something? No. Huh? Sorry, I guess I'm not much of a scientific investigator after all. Is that all? Please don't be mad. I'm just a high school student. And I'm just an attorney. But, Mr. Wright, those traces of blood are the only clue we have. If we can't find something wrong with them... Please, Mr. Wright, you're a professional. If anyone can save Lana, it's you! Me? Oh boy. Time's up. Now then, Mr. Wright. With regard to the incident at the police department, does any reasonable doubt remain? It appears the defense is troubled by the other blood mark. Yeah, because we weren't really able to find a fingerprint. Because that smudge was Gumshoe's when we tested it. But this handprint, you don't know whose it is. Because they were wearing gloves. Looking at the floor plans, a handprint was discovered around here. Is there a problem with this? Mr. Wright, I'm sorry I can't be of more use. But still, if you can't find anything wrong with that bloody mark, Lana will be... Please answer my question, Mr. Wright. We don't have all day. Okay, everyone, shush and let me answer! Yes, Your Honor. If ever I've needed to concentrate, it's now. What could be wrong with that handprint on Detective Gumshoe's locker? Could there be something I'm missing? Well, if we say there's no problem, then we're screwed, so... Only one thing I can do. There's definitely a problem. I just gotta figure out what. This handprint left at the crime scene clearly shows a contradiction. The only thing that seems clear is your grasping, Mr. Wright. Listen, babe. My grasping has saved your hind, so I don't want to hear it. You've been staring pretty intently at those floor plans. Tell me, is there a problem with them? Yes, this is strange. Take a good look at these floor plans. Something is missing. Missing? You mean something hasn't been drawn on there? Precisely. Yes, something that, when drawn, will completely change the meaning of the blood mark. Okay. Let us pray the defense isn't simply trying to buy time. That's what I always do, Judge. Very well, Mr. Wright. All this evidence here... There's gotta be something I can use. The question is, which item can prove something is missing on the floor plans? Something missing. Something missing. What's missing? What's missing? Okay, so I know I don't have the floor plans up, but I can re-pull them up. Let me pull them back up. Okay, so we have the blood here, and blood here. Then we have some clutter. We have some clutter. We have tape. Then we have that broken jar and the glove that fell. Those were on the floor, so we wouldn't really be able to see. Is there something? Let me check in here. Oh my god! This giant hell blue badger! Yes, there's something missing! Take that! It's the blue badger! Holy shit! What about that piece of plywood? The blue badger! Mascot of the police force. Defender of truth, guardian of proof. Explain yourself, Mr. Wright. Have you guys not seen that the whole time we've been replaying that damn security tape? Please look at the floor plans of the crime scene. The blue badger is not here. So watch what happens when we put him in here. This is where he was dancing at the time of the crime. Right there in front of the locker where that handprint was. Well, what? How dense can y'all get? See, thank you, Edward. Thank you. That's right. So long as the blue badger is dancing here, it would be impossible to place a handprint at this spot on the locker. What? Yeah. Oh, Emma's back with us. Yay! Thanks, Babs. So that means, just exactly what does that mean? It means it can't be done. What are you saying? Blood traces were undeniably found on that locker. Don't look at me. I didn't put it there. Mr. Wright, think it through scientifically. Emma, on that afternoon, Officer Meekins was the one who brought the blue badger to the evidence room, right? Right. After he put it down, it would be impossible to leave a handprint on that locker. So that must mean that this blood mark was left there before the blue badger was brought in. Just one moment. I will not allow such far-fetched balderdash in my courtroom. You've allowed it before, Judge. It may sound far-fetched, Your Honor, but it's the only possible explanation. On February 21st, in the police department's evidence room, blood was spilled not once, but twice. But how? Don't look at me, I don't know. One time was captured on this tape, taken by the security camera. Officer Meekins cut his hand from which a trivial amount of blood fell. The problem is the other time. Can that badger's head move? Something bled prior to the struggle shown on this tape. It had to have been Detective Goodman when he was really what? Oh shit, that's related to this. That's ridiculous. I refuse to accept your absurd claim. No. Sit down, babe. Phoenix knows where this is going. The murder portrayed in the security tape has been proven to be fake. However, that does not explain the blood mark found on the locker. Oh god, here we go. So then, assuming this murder you purport really happened, when did it take place? I demand you show evidence that proves when it occurred. When did the first incident occur? To summarize, the defense claims that prior to Officer Meekins being cut by Jake Marshall, who was posing as Detective Goodman, another incident took place in that evidence room. That's right, the blood mark on the locker proves it. Very well, then tell us, when did this first incident occur? As Mr. Edgeworth said, proof must be presented. Proof that shows when the murder took place. There's only one piece of evidence that can show that. Now then, will the defense please present its evidence? What shows when the first crime took place? When the first crime took place. So the second crime happened. If I look back here. Okay, so this has been updating the Meekins. Okay. Now let me think about this. What we know so far. So Jake Marshall took Bruce Goodman's ID card the morning of February 21st. It wasn't returned until it was brought to the prosecutor's office. Underground parking lot, meaning Bruce Goodman the entire day did not have his ID card. Like, at all. He didn't even have it. Until when he entered here with Mike Meekins, but that was Jake Marshall disguised as Goodman. And Miles was in there 10 minutes before Meekins probably brought in the Blue Badger. Because the Blue Badger was already here at this time frame, then this is when he brought it in. So like I said, Goodman did not have his ID card at all. Because look. It wasn't complete, but we can probably guess it was his ID card Bruce Goodman was looking for. If Goodman didn't have his ID card at all, then... Oh my fucking god. We have one empty spot with the ID number 7777777 at 4:20 p.m. 20 minutes before Miles went in. Oh my god. Oh my freaking god. If I'm thinking this right, that this must have been when Bruce Goodman died. And that time frame, because his autopsy report, if I still have it, died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. But that cannot be right. So the way the only time it'll show when the first crime happened is in the records. If the crime took place inside the evidence room, then the killer would have had to enter it. And in order to do so, the ID card would have been required. An ID card. Oh! The ID card record. Officer Meekins brought the Blue Badger panel into the evidence room at, let's see here, 4:50 p.m. If the crime took place before that time, then it would be 4:40 p.m. No, Judge, no! Miles Edgeworth, just what have you done? What? I never would have figured you had the nerve, boy. Drop the act, witness. It doesn't take a lot of thought to figure out it couldn't have been me. Nope, I ain't getting it. I'm afraid I don't understand either. Okay. It's clear from the luminal test that the blood was there. However, when the second crime took place, both Officer Meekins and Officer Marshall failed to notice the blood. That means the blood from the first crime was wiped away by the real murderer. I would have just had 10 minutes left to murder the victim, carry his body away, and clean up the blood. Unfortunately, that's physically impossible. That would mean the crime must have taken place before Mr. Edgeworth entered the evidence room at 4:20. Let's look at the chart again. At 4:20 p.m. There's only one other card number remaining, 7777777. Talk about a lucky number. But wait, that doesn't make sense. How could Detective Goodman have entered the evidence room? Since there's no record of his card being used beforehand, he must have entered along with the real murderer. That's the only plausible explanation. He went in with 7777777. Jeez! A lot of sevens. Mr. Edgeworth, please look into this ASAP. Or ASAP. Find out whose ID number is all those. I'm not saying that again. That's 17 too many, Your Honor. Unfortunately, I'm unable to look up the owner of that ID card. At least, at present. What? Explain yourself, son. The ID number belongs to someone with a rank of captain or higher. Oh. Someone who is still called executive officer. We don't have the authority to inquire into such a person's identity. Crap. Phoenix, come on. But that's ridiculous. Just how... I'm not finished talking, Mr. Wright. There is one situation in which we can be granted such authority. If an official charge is filed against an executive is accepted. An official charge? You all like, aren't you? With your cover-ups and your forgeries. That's how the prosecutor's office operates. I take pride in my work, Officer Marshall. I would appreciate if you would keep your slander to yourself. Slander, is it? Okay. Let me ask you a question. Yes. No, not to you. To her. The defendant sitting over there. Your own little executive. Lana? Oh, damn. Don't be stupid. She's been charged with murder. Of course, we've looked up her ID number. And it's not 77, yeah. Don't play me for a fool, partner. That's not what I want to ask. All I want to know is one thing. About that incident. The SL9 incident? Answer me this, Chief Prosecutor. In that trial 2 years ago, did you really only use legitimate evidence? Oh. Oh. Oh boy. Hi, Lana. Do you need the witness to repeat his question, Chief Prosecutor? I heard him fine, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, I was in charge of the prosecution for that trial. At the time, occasionally, we felt the powerlessness of the law. At least, I did. Uh-oh. Lana, I became a prosecutor in order to suppress crime with the law. But before I realized it, we were the ones being suppressed by the law. Defendant, just what are you saying? I'll ask you again, Chief Prosecutor. During that trial 2 years ago, did you really present all the evidence in court? Can you look me, an investigator in that crime, in the eye and say that you did? Chief Prosecutor, you didn't! I don't have to, Officer Marshall. Oh! Why won't you answer him? Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to, in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. Oh no! Oh my god. Did, did they use forged evidence to get Joe Dark convicted? Even though he killed him, they still used it? Oh my god. But Lana! Even if it involved forging evidence. Oh my god. Holy shit. They used forged evidence to seal Joe Dark's fate. Oh my god. See? That's what I'm talking about. No. No! Oh shit, Edward. Order! 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 Oh my god. Lana's remarks caused such a stir. The chaos in the courtroom could not be quelled. The conclusion of the trial would have to wait until the following day. Oh my god. Wow. Just wow. So I guess next time, I guess we'll continue on with the last day of investigation, I suppose. I think. Well, thanks guys for joining me, and if you guys enjoyed this and want more, be sure to like, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Until then, take care. Bye-bye!